Good evening, everybody. This is an evening of celebration, so it sounds like you want to celebrate. So I'm going to say that one more time. Good evening. Yeah. I'm Jennifer Crossley, the Deputy Clerk of Communications and Outreach for this Office of the City Clerk at the City of Bloomington. I'm delighted to welcome you to the 2025 Be More Awards. The Bloomington Volunteer Network, warmly known as the BVN, is a program of the City of Bloomington's Community and Family Resources Department. The BVN works to help connect caring volunteers with organizations and agencies that rely on volunteer time, talents, and compassion to provide vital programs and services in our community. Tonight, the Volunteer Network is excited to help shine a light on the efforts of just a few of our outstanding volunteers who selflessly serve our neighbors. Before we begin our presentations, I would like to recognize the Be More Award sponsors. Tonight's event would not be possible without their generosity. Thank you to the Community Foundation of Bloomington and Monroe County, Indiana University Credit Union, United Way of South Central Indiana, WTIU, and the City of Bloomington Community and Family Resources Department for your continued support of volunteerism in our community. Please give them a round of applause. Community Foundation of Bloomington and Monroe County generously provides the cash awards that each volunteer's agency receives in their honor of their service. Also, help me to thank our sponsors for their contributions and their commitment to an engaged citizenry. Yeah. I also want to give a special thanks to Limelight Photo Booth, which is set up in the main lobby. If you've not had a time to take advantage of the photo booth, please do so before you leave tonight. It is a wonderful opportunity for you to take pictures with your family, friends, and colleagues who are in attendance tonight. Additionally, we thank you to Community Access Television, also known as CATS, for live streaming this celebration. We greatly appreciate your support. Lastly, I would like to thank this evening's presenters who represent an incredible group of the past Be More Award recipients, sponsors, nominators, and volunteers. And we'd also like to give a special thanks and gratitude to the Buskirk Chumley Theater staff and volunteers for hosting our event tonight. Thank you to all the volunteers and organizations represented here this evening. Your efforts are invaluable, and we celebrate you tonight. Acknowledging Bloomington's diverse and often uncomfortable past, we begin our program with the city's land and labor acknowledgement. We recognize that the city of Bloomington sits on native land. The city, as well as the city administration buildings, are on the traditional homelands of the Miami, Delaware, Potawatomi, and Shawnee people, and we acknowledge they are past, present, and future caretakers of this land. We also acknowledge that much of the economic progress and development in Indiana, and specifically Bloomington, resulted from the unpaid labor and forced servitude of people of color, especially enslaved African labor. We acknowledge that this land remains home to and a site of gathering and healing for many indigenous and other people of color, and to commit to the work necessary to create and promote a more equitable and just Bloomington. We move forward knowing and acknowledging our rich, complicated, and sometimes painful past so that we can learn from it and create a true land of opportunity. And now is a shameless plug for my role here. As the Deputy Clerk of Communications and Outreach, my role in the city is to encourage our community members and residents to apply for vacant seats on the city's boards and commissions. As we navigate these challenges in our community, it's up to all of us here tonight to step up, fill the gaps, and be a part of the solution. So I encourage each of you tonight, if you don't have much more to do, and if you are inspired by the stories of each of our award recipients, to take the leap and apply for a board or commission. Visit bloomington.in.gov and click on the boards and commissions link today. And who knows, maybe next year, you too could be celebrated for your impactful work. It is now my pleasure to introduce Bloomington's Deputy Mayor, Gretchen Knapp, to bring a warm welcome to tonight's event.
Thank you, Jennifer. And hello, Bloomington. I am Deputy Mayor Gretchen Knapp, and it's my great joy to be here tonight with all of you. I have one mission tonight, and it's very simple, and it's heartfelt, and that is to say thank you. Thank you to each and every one of you for your time, your service, your commitment, and your passion on behalf of the people of Bloomington. The truth is, our world's problems are not getting smaller. They're getting bigger, thornier, and more complex. Every day, communities are being asked to do more with less, and to do that, to solve deeper and more urgent needs. And in that reality, there's an increasing reliance on our nonprofits and on our communities to stand in the gap and to meet those needs head on with creativity, compassion, and sheer determination. And frankly, I'm awed by the sheer determination and willpower that this community has to solve problems. And that means that there's an ever-growing reliance on you, on all of us, on the volunteers, the board members, the advocates, the everyday champions to make things happen. You're the ones rolling up your sleeves, reaching across divides, lifting others up, and reminding all of us of what's possible when a community decides to show up consistently, loudly, and show that we care. It's really you, it's the people of Bloomington, people like you, that make Bloomington what it is, that make Bloomington Bloomington. The community we belong to, the community that we choose to raise our children in, the community that we believe in enough to keep building, keep persevering, improving, and dreaming even when things are hard and the problems are thorny. We recognize that every hour volunteered, every kind word that you offer, and every challenge that we tackle matters. And tonight, I'm here to say that you matter to the city, to its people, and to the story we're co-creating together about the place we want Bloomington to be. Before we dive into the awards presentations, and trust me, there's a lot of love to give out tonight, and I'm super excited about that, I'd like to introduce someone who's played a pivotal role in making this event possible. To kick off the award presentations, I would like to introduce Marcus Whited. Marcus is the program director with the Community Foundation of Bloomington and Monroe County. Thank you, Marcus, for helping bring this celebration to life. Let's give Marcus a welcome.
Thank you so much, Gretchen. I appreciate that. I know you guys didn't come to hear me speak tonight, but I've got a couple of things I'd like to say. You know, this truly is one of the most exciting and inspiring evenings of the entire year. It really is. I mean, the spirit of this event is profoundly special. I find it to be contagious. It is a celebration of hard work, but I think even more so, it is a celebration of heart work. You know, the kind that makes a community stronger, just a little kinder, and more connected. In my role as program director of the Community Foundation, I'm really fortunate. I'm really lucky because on a daily basis, I get to work with so many incredible local service organizations. And these are filled with people. They're filled with staff members, but they're filled with a lot of volunteers who come in every single day and they have one thing on their mind. What can I do to help? And this is what I get to see day in and day out, and it inspires me deeply to come in and do what we can do to support them. From food pantries to youth programs, shelters to arts organizations, this is what's happening every single day behind the scenes. Folks giving their time, their energy, and they are giving their hearts to make life better for the people that are around them. This night, more than any other night, it reminds me so beautifully of a quote from Dr. Martin Luther King Jr., and I'm sure most of you have probably heard this before, but it's profound and it really speaks to what we're talking about tonight. But he once said, Life's most persistent and urgent question is, what are you doing for others? And so tonight we honor that spirit. The Community Foundation of Bloomington and Monroe County is deeply honored to support this very program and provide $1,000 grants to each of the organizations and the volunteers recognized at this event tonight. Not just as a token of our appreciation, but as an investment in the work that is happening at these organizations. So to everyone that is here tonight, I also would like to echo and say thank you. Thank you. You remind us that service, it's not just something you do, it's something that you live every day. And I just want you to know how much that inspires the rest of us. So, okay, now let's get to the fun stuff here. Tonight I get the privilege of recognizing and awarding an individual who has been volunteering in Bloomington for more than 16 years. She volunteers every week from anywhere to between 2 to 4 different organizations in a week. 2 to 4 organizations in every week. She does so with a positive attitude, always looking for ways to go above and beyond what is expected of her. Let me give you an example. When she volunteers at WildCare, she has helped rehab over 1,000 baby bunnies to return them to the wild. I mean, it's amazing. But this also includes skunks, hummingbirds, bats, a mouse here or there, it doesn't matter. This is someone who cares for these animals to return them to nature. At People and Animal Learning Services, PALS, where she also volunteers, she is the human connection for the people that come and are always looking to grow and connect with the horses. I was chatting with Christine Herring, the executive director, shortly before the program, and she described this person as a fireball. Christine said, when I grow up, I want to be just like her. And here at the Buskirk-Chumley Theater, she is always looking to fulfill a need, taking up a shift regardless of when it is, day or night. And in fact, tonight, she's actually volunteering at this very event. So with that, please help me welcome this year's Be More Involved Award recipient, Jeannie Payne. Thank you. What an honor it is to meet you. Amazing. Congratulations.
I want to say it's like 500 rabbits a year.
Oh, well, that's a lot.
That's a lot of rabbits. Thank you so much for this honor. I wanted to thank the City of Bloomington Volunteering Network and the Community Foundation of Bloomington and Monroe County for this recognition through the Be More Awards. I wanted to, excuse me, I'm not a public speaker. I wanted to thank PALS and WildCare and, of course, Buskirk-Chumley for the privilege of being able to volunteer under their organizations. So all I can say is to the audience is you should get out there and volunteer because it's one of the greatest things you can do for the community. And thank you. This is my boss from Buskirk, Jordan.
I'm going to keep it brief because I think that's also what Jeannie would want. We feel more comfortable down there than up here. But Jeannie is an amazing, not only volunteer, but human being. You inspire each of us daily. You are gentle and kind and the kind of person that I think we should all aspire to be. So just thank you so much, and we appreciate you.
Hello, I am Jane Walter.
And I'm Sandy Britton. We're not the same height, so I had to lower this. And we're here representing the 2024 Be More Award recipients, and that was from El Centro Comunal Latino volunteers. This year, Be More Bloomington Award is presented to the Bloomington Community Orchard, BCO, which contributes to Bloomington's food security, inspires joyful community engagement, and educates citizens while making sustainability delicious. In the past year alone, the BCO's volunteers, which consists of 7 board members, approximately 25 team and committee members, and hundreds of other individuals and groups around town, were able to celebrate the Orchard's 15th anniversary as an all-volunteer nonprofit, create more self-service activities for the community to better utilize the Orchard, be on scheduled programming, provide a safe outdoor space for people to spend time and grow community together, and add more educational resources to their website for the public and groups looking to start their own food forests. The BCO strives to inspire communities to cultivate thriving systems of sharing and growing food. They help empower people to play a more proactive role in their local food systems. They also, and to create more food secure and harvest-filled communities. And to support local food serving agencies working to eliminate hunger. So as you can all see, they are a big part of this community when it comes to sustainability and just the preservation of food in general.
Unfortunately, the Bloomington Community Orchard has an annual training event happening across town right now. But they have provided us with a few remarks that we would like to share. First and foremost, thank you from all of us at the Bloomington Community Orchard. As an all-volunteer nonprofit, it goes without saying that we couldn't have done this without you. And as we celebrate our 15th anniversary this year, we are abundantly grateful for all the support that has nurtured our small nonprofit into a global model for the future. Over the years, our mission to dream, build, and share an orchard community has grown from a 1-acre public food forest to help cultivate local, healthful harvests and educated home growers to a model for sustainable community building and local resilience that others around the country and the world see value in propagating within their own communities. As we look to the future, while our volunteers' efforts quickly benefit those in need of local, sustainably grown, healthful food, we hope that much more of our mission and impact will be felt by individuals and families in the future who may never get the chance to meet our volunteers or thank them for their contributions. For both those who have felt the orchard's benefits in their own lives and those who will benefit in years to come, we would like to thank the many orchard volunteers who selflessly give their time, energy, and resources week in and week out to help ensure that future generations have abundant harvests to enjoy and share with others. Thank you, and we hope to see you in the orchard soon. Let's give it up for the orchard.
Hello, I'm Sandra Freund, and I was honored as the recipient of the 2024 Be More Creative Award as the founding director of the Sing for Joy Community Choir. I am so pleased to see the choir legacy continuing with this year's recipient, Jake May. Jake exemplifies the true spirit of volunteerism through his dedication to inclusion, community engagement, and music. As the founder and director of Stone Belt Ark's All Abilities Choir since 2019, Jake has provided individuals of all abilities the opportunity to perform and experience the joy of music. Under Jake's leadership, the choir has performed at community events, including the United Way kickoff, the IU women's basketball and baseball games, and special performances for the Indiana Pacers and Fever, as well as high school games and galas. And I was so fortunate and have been so fortunate that the All Abilities Choirs have performed with the Sing for Joy Choir each December at our Happy Holidays concerts. Jake also serves as president of the Kiwanis Action Club, raising funds for the Riley Children's Hospital. He rings bells for the Salvation Army and assists with the Kiwanis Balloon Fest. Wow. Please help me welcome this year's Be More Creative Award, Jake May. Yes, Jake.
Jake's a little nervous. Give him another round of applause. He'd like me to speak first, and I just want to introduce myself. My name is Kristen King. I do work for Stone Belt, but I have been with Jake from the very beginning. When in 2019 he came to me and he said, I have a dream. And I said, well, what is that? Because oftentimes people with disabilities are shooed away or told to not worry about doing something that might not work out, but I believe in a dignity of risk. And he said, what if we started a choir for people like me? And I said, who are people like you? People who love music. I said, it sounds good to me, and here we are, 43 members later, many performances, and these guys, both Jake and Aaron, this is Aaron Smith, they run the practice. They run warm-ups, they print out agendas, they take attendance, they run the Zoom, they can do all the technical. At Stone Belt, they come in, they set up all the chairs with help from other people that are in the choir, and they do it all, and it's amazing. And it's amazing because both of these guys are members of SCI Kiwanis, which you guys are going to meet wonderful Vanessa later, but these guys have both been president of Action Club, which...
And also mention I'm the president of Kiwanis.
Oh, and he's the president of SCI Kiwanis, too. Take it back. I don't know what I was going to say other than he absolutely deserves this award. He has volunteered at Wonder Lab. Most of you have probably seen him around. He is super friendly and super helpful, and he's amazing. And Stone Belt is so lucky to have them. Like I said, we have 43 members now, people of all abilities, disabilities, ability. I sing with the choir. We are looking for gigs, just so you know. We love to do the national anthem. It's great. We did a IU water polo.
Yes.
That was actually really awesome, too.
We did something last night, too.
Yes, but I'm going to let Jake speak just a little bit if he's not too nervous.
I'm not. Okay, let me just adjust this. Again, thank you so much for this award. It really does mean a lot. You know, like Kristen said, I've been doing this I graduated from Bloomington South in 2012, so it's kind of a special deal. I mean, this is my first time winning this award, so bear with me. I'm not done this before, so. But again, thank you to the City of Bloomington for this wonderful opportunity, and thank you to Kristen for nominating me for this award. This is special. And I also want to thank my best friend Aaron Smith for being with me tonight. He's also does a lot with me. I mean, he deserves this award next year more than anything because he does so much with me as well. So thank you guys so much for this honor. Thank you.
Hello, I'm Asia Jester. I'm a member of SCAP, Thriving Connections, talking about Change Advisory Group and recipients of the 2024 Be More Impactful Award. I'm pleased to be presenting tonight's 2025 Be More Engaged Award to Aaron Parks. Erin has a servant spirit that permeates any space that she occupies. She is genuine, thoughtful, and exhibits a love for community. Prior to being named Developmental Director at Constellation Stage and Screen, she served as both a chair and a volunteer on the Diversity, Equity, and Inclusion Committee for Constellation. As a committee chair, Erin worked as an advocate for DEI initiatives, pushing to establish fully fleshed out principles that ensure the rights for everyone. As a volunteer, she has helped to facilitate Black History events at the Neil Marshall, as well as provide information and resources to people who are new to Bloomington. She has assisted with Juneteenth and annual Umoja Day celebrations. For Juneteenth, she helped facilitate a very important cultural aspect of the celebration, securing artists for the unveiling of a Black History marker during the event. Please put your hands together and welcome to the stage this year's Be More Engaged recipient, Aaron Parks.
Not usually nervous of an actor. I am deeply honored to receive this recognition, especially in this moment in history. It means so much to me to be seen in a time when simply uttering diversity, equity, and inclusion can spark not only discomfort and dismissal, but complete erasure. Thank you, Bloomington, for having the grit, not just to acknowledge me, but to affirm the importance of this work publicly. That's not a small thing, especially right now. I also want to thank Constellation Stage and Screen for trusting me to lead our DEI committee. Your willingness to engage, reflect, and grow as an arts leader demonstrates a model ever growing and ever changing. And specifically thanking Gloria Howe for her nomination, Caroline Dowd-Higgins, Daniela Wheelock, James Torrey, Peta Vinch, Beverly Callender Anderson, Justin Crossley, Vaughn Welch, Terilyn Douglas, Sally Gaskell, and Lindsay Vertner, Gabe Gloden, and Cassie Hacken. Thank you. You've all taken the time to teach me, learn, and grow with me, and you've taken the risk to care about Bloomington's underrepresented and underserved. The work is never done, but in this moment of reflection, you should all know my gratitude. And to my family, they're all there. Thank you for your patience, your ears, and your presence. I know I'm not easy when it comes to the complexity of thinking about the world around us. I press my family to care, to change, and to be what the world needs. Bloomington is our home, and even now when things seem backwards, we are still going to show up, and I thank you. I've been in the ally space for a long time. From a young age, I remember recognizing how the rules were bent or even broken, depending on who you were. I didn't have the language for it at the time, but I knew something wasn't right. It was not balanced, it was not caring, but it was just expected to be okay. And as I moved through the world as a woman, a mother, and a professional, I saw how small violences were normalized in the name of fairness or safety or progress, and how much effort it would take for claiming protection, even with privilege. So if that was true for me, how much heavier was that burden for those with less? This shaped how I show up, how I build, and how I lead, and why I believe inclusion must be active, intentional, and continuous. Inclusion isn't a buzzword. It's a practice. Thank you. It's one rooted in awareness, humility, and consistency. It requires showing up, especially when it's inconvenient. It asks us to reach out again after being ignored, or to listen when it's uncomfortable, and to examine our roles even when we believe we mean well, but we might have made a mistake. Most importantly, it demands that we keep going, not because it's easy, but because it matters, because the consequences of not doing the work are not evenly distributed. The truth is, inclusion shouldn't be this hard, but it is. Not because the principles are unclear, but because the follow-through is where most systems fail. So what does it look like, inclusion? It looks like showing up and inviting people more than once, listening when it's uncomfortable, trying again when you get it wrong, and giving people space, and then protecting that space. It looks like knowing your power and using it. If you have influence, play the long game. Be the safe space. Speak up, push back, build trust, break rules if it's unjust. Offer wins. Offer wins that don't show up on spreadsheets, but live in peace of mind. And finally, don't fall for the illusion that our political world or the world is ending, because it's not new. Many worlds have ended quietly because they only impacted the insignificant few. But if we give in at the first sign of chaos, that's privilege talking. So don't retreat and stand up, because we are not here just to maintain a space, but we are here to transform it as the Bloomington community. So thank you for allowing me this platform and this partnership to do that. I'm definitely not done with the work, but this moment of reflection is a welcome memory, and I appreciate you all. Thank you.
Good evening. Hello, I'm James Sanders. I serve as a commissioner on the Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. Birthday Celebration Commission and on the Commission on the Status of Black Males. I was honored last year as the 2024 Be More Phenomenal recipient. Boards, commissions, and committees play vital roles for nonprofits and businesses. These groups are often made up entirely of volunteers, regular people who want to make a difference in their community. Jane Martin exemplifies dedication to service and has been volunteering at Lake Monroe Water Fund for more than 20 years. In addition to the Water Fund, she's given countless hours as a volunteer and board member for a variety of organizations, including Trinity Episcopal Church, United Way, Shalom Center, the Nature Conservancy, Indiana, IU Foundation, National Advisory Board of the Sidney Lois Eskenazi Museum of Art, Dean's Advisory Council of the Indiana University School of Informatics, Bloomington Palo Alto Sibling Cities Initiative, and the Mill. That's a lot. Her commitment has driven her to go knock on doors to educate neighbors about Beacon's plans for a new facility, staff information tables at public events, and distribute food to volunteers. Please help me welcome this year's Be More Phenomenal Award recipient, Ms. Jane Martin.
You've done your homework. Thank you. This was a complete shock to me, and I don't know what to say except thank you to the City of Bloomington. Thank you to Marcus and the Community Foundation. And thank you to our inestimable Executive Director of the Lake Monroe Water Fund, Michelle Cohen. We're so lucky to have her. We actually haven't been around 20 years, but Lake Monroe has been around 60 years. Do you all drink water? Water is my passion, and when we moved here from California, I couldn't believe that there weren't 12-foot razor wire fences around our water supply. Anyway, the Lake Monroe Water Fund is one of the 43 water funds of the Nature Conservancy, and our job is to raise money to sustain Lake Monroe well into the future. I think you know it's a big mud puddle, just recycling the same water. So we fund shovel-ready projects to reduce sedimentation, so we plant trees, to reduce fertilizer and weed killer runoff, and to improve our more than 9,000 septics that all threaten that great big mud puddle. So thank you for this award, and when you drink a glass of water, think about the Lake Monroe Water Fund and also our sister organization, Friends of Lake Monroe, that also do a great job. So the two of us are here to help make sure we have abundant water well into the future. Thank you all.
Good evening. I'm Michelle Cohen. I'm the Executive Director of the Water Fund, and I just wanted to say Jane could not be more phenomenal. She is a powerhouse and a force of nature. Her passion for the community is contagious, and as you can see, she's been involved in a bunch of organizations over the years, and I'm very lucky that she has been a mentor to me, and I have learned so much from her. And I'm gonna start crying, so get through it. She just has an amazing spirit. She acts from her heart, and she's got this ability to see a huge vision and then bring it down to the micro level and get things done, which is amazing. So thank you, Jane.
Good evening, everyone. My name is Chris Herring. I've served as the Executive Director for People and Animal Learning Services. Today is my pleasure to announce the City of Bloomington's Volunteer Network is a presidential Volunteer Service Award certifying agency, and I've been given the opportunity to present this year's PVSA recognition. The Presidential Gold Award Certificate and Medallion are being presented to Emma Smith for over 500 hours of service during the last 2 years. Emma has been recognized this evening for her outstanding efforts as this year's Be More Energized recipient. So she's getting 2 awards tonight, folks. And that's because she is a very dedicated person and because of her service to people in animal learning services. Emma Smith has been volunteering at PALS since 2022, dedicating hundreds of hours in various capacities. She assists in lessons, barn maintenance, summer camps, and development work, such as working on local grants through 4-H and creating marketing materials. Beyond PALS, in her spare time, her service at Sherwood Oaks Christian Church and Monroe County 4-H junior leaders has further enriched the lives of countless community members, fostering a culture of service and leadership among other youth. Please welcome City of Bloomington Presidential Volunteer Service Award honoree and this year's Be More Energized recipient, Emma Smith.
First of all, I would like to thank God for the energy and the opportunities that He has given me to serve my community. I'd also like to thank my family, who is all here tonight, who has put up with me driving me around to the barn for years and years and spending a lot more time there than I do at home. Thank you also to PALS for letting me spend so much time there, learning so much about working with the horses and the people. Thank you especially to Tessa McAfee, my instructor and my mentor, and to all of the wonderful staff members and the people who nominated me for this award tonight. And finally, thank you to the City of Bloomington who are putting on these awards. We really appreciate it.
Emma, it is my honor to have presented these 2 awards to you this evening. You serve with a heart full of compassion, giving your time and energy to both people and animals. We are so grateful to have you on our team. Congratulations.
How y'all doing? Yeah, y'all doing good, good. Hello everyone, my name is Lauren McAllister and I am a Black farmer and rancher. There we go. This time last year I was on the road to Oneida Nation, so I wasn't able to join you and receive the 2024 Be More Impactful Individual Award for my work with People's Cooperative Market, the only Black and queer-led farmers market in Monroe County. Thank you. Now more than ever, I understand the value of team efforts and knowing that having a fantastic team of volunteers that you can count on makes all the difference. This next group of recipients are a testimony to the value and vital roles that volunteers provide. It is a great privilege to present this year's award to the Society of St. Vincent de Paul, serving Monroe County. This dedicated group has been collaborating with more than 13 different organizations since 1992. They have fostered a dedication to helping those with cognitive disabilities, those who live in abusive relationships, those who live in unhealthy conditions, and people who suffer from illnesses or unforeseen complications. They have contributed to helping over 2,000 families with donations alone, going as far as donating over $200,000 in grants and $300,000 plus in appliances and furniture. Please put your hand together, maybe even stand up, for the Society of St. Vincent de Paul serving Monroe County volunteers.
Hello, everyone. My name is Bob Zur, and I'm president of the Bloomington St. Vincent de Paul Society. I want to thank the Community Foundation of Bloomington and Monroe County, the City of Bloomington, and the Bloomington Volunteer Network. And if I could all the volunteers of St. Vincent de Paul please stand up? Stay standing, please. Stay standing. Please stay standing. So I just want to say we are a group of approximately 75 volunteers, and some would say we may look mature, but we really are young at heart and dedicated to those in need in our community. Thank you for this award and recognizing our efforts to make Bloomington and Monroe County a better place for our neighbors in need. And just to close my part of this is just to say a quote from St. Vincent de Paul himself. He said, "Never tire of doing good." So I hope all of you never tire of doing good. So thank you. Just like to introduce Jo Gilbertson. She's our volunteer and communications coordinator. Jo?
Well, also, I just want to echo a very heartfelt thank you for the committee to recognize the work that St. Vincent de Paul does within the community. So we thank you so much for that honor. And secondly, a very heartfelt thank you to the Community Foundation and to the City of Bloomington Volunteer Network for all the resources and the opportunities that you provide for so many individuals here who are in great need. So God bless you and thank you so much.
Good evening, everyone. I'm Shatoya Moss. I am the director for the Community and Family Resources Department for the City of Bloomington. And and it is my honor and privilege to be presenting the Be More Dedicated Award. Vanessa McClary has been volunteering in Bloomington for 30 years. Her leadership spans numerous organizations, each benefiting from her vision, passion, and commitment to service. As the president of the Local Council for Women, Vanessa has championed initiatives that uplift healthcare solutions accessible for all Bloomington residents. She founded and continues to serve on the board of the Kiwanis Club of South Central Indiana. Her devotion to youth development is evident in her decade-long membership mentorship as the founder and advisor of University Elementary Schools K Kids for 25 years, Key Club of Bloomington for 18 years, and Circle K at IU for 16 years, all of which have shaped future generations of visionaries and leaders. Additionally, she has worked as an advisor for the Acton Club, as a board member for the United Way of South Central Indiana, Salvation Army Bloomington, and the Indiana State Festivals. She also serves as a commissioner for the Bloomington Economic Development and has inspired so many with her support of visually impaired preschool services, also known as VIPS. Despite all she has done, Vanessa never seeks recognition. She simply wants to help. That's why she's the epitome of the Be More Dedicated Award. A true Bloomington champion, there is no one more deserving for this honor. It is my honor to present this year's Be More Dedicated Lifetime Achievement Award to Vanessa McClary.
Good evening. I have a helper up here with me because I want you to know that we're not getting any younger. With that being said, that generation matters, and he's already been volunteering, so I said he's coming up here with me.
Okay.
What's your name? What's
Here
your name?
I am.
What's your name?
Right now in Mateo Strong.
So I want to tell you that at a lot of our volunteer efforts, when we're out and about, I'm known for singing a little song. And the only reason I tell you this is because we're at the very end of the program, and I know you're wanting to get out of here. You're probably half asleep. So I'm not a singer, but I'm going to share it with you. And in the morning, when you're going to hit that snooze, I want you to remember this song, okay? Here we go. Morning's here, surprise, surprise, time to get up, arise, arise. So get yourself up and out of bed, even though you have a sleepy head. Hey! I share that because sometimes we're so far in the trenches, we forget to have fun, right? We're so busy working, making our community better, but we got to take time for us. We've got to have a good time along with that hard work we're doing. The other thing is, you know, it takes a village to do everything we're doing. So first of all, I want to thank the City of Bloomington. I want to thank the Community Foundation. But I also want to thank all these boards that allow me the chance to serve. It's an honor to be on these boards, to make a difference in our community and beyond. I want to thank our Kiwanis members out there. Stand up. Stand up. That's part of my village. I can't do it without them. Thank you so much for everything you do. I want my husband to stand up because people don't normally see him, but he is my backbone. Thank you, honey. You don't always see him, but when I'm packing that car and unloading that car, taking those big banners, he's always on my side. And you know what? There's a lot of times we eat dinner late. There's a lot of times I'm not home as early as I wanted to be because of volunteering. But that's part of that job. And honey, I want you to know I appreciate it. I want you to aware of that. Also, I've got my daughter in the very back. Victoria, please stand up and wave, and her family. I want to tell you, she got me on this path to really working hard in the trenches. When she was in 3rd grade, we started that K Kids at University Elementary School. It's just like a Kiwanis Club. They have their own board of directors. They do their own service projects, fundraisers. And I worked alongside of her as a charter president. Nope, stay here, sweetie. You're doing good. She was a charter president of K Kids, charter president of Builders Club in middle school, charter president of Key Club in high school. She served as governor of the state of Indiana as a high school student. That's when I got it as a parent as to what the leadership programs in Kiwanis, what it was offering our youth. She went on to Circle K in college at IU. She was lieutenant governor. When I was the Kiwanis governor in 13-14, she was one of my 24 lieutenant governors. She's now in 2 Kiwanis clubs. She's made that path. And Victoria, I want to say to everyone here, so you know, I appreciate the service that you put out all the time. We appreciate you. And as I say that, remember, she has little Mateo, she has little Luca back there, she has a husband, so she has a young family. We want to keep our young involved, right? So just remember, it takes a village. We need to get our young people engaged and keep them engaged so they can replace us as we retire off from volunteering. And I want to leave you with one quote, and that's the one from Gandhi. The best way to find yourself is to lose yourself in the service of others. Thank you.
So I just wanted to say thank you again to all of our nominees, recipients, sorry, I'm going to take these off for a minute, and nonprofits for all of the efforts that you put into making our community a better place. Thank you again to our sponsors and supporters, City of Bloomington Community and Family Resources Department, Community Foundation of Bloomington and Monroe County, IU Credit Union, United Way of South Central Indiana, WTIU Public Television, Community Access Television, and Limelight Photo Booth. Thank you all for coming out tonight to celebrate our volunteer community. Please let us know how you enjoyed tonight's event by following the QR code on the screen or inside of your program. This takes you to a short survey. We greatly appreciate getting your feedback, as this helps us to recognize ways that we could make this event better in the future. You can also visit CAT's website to access a recording of tonight's event. So anybody who wasn't able to come out because of the rain or living in a separate state, definitely go to CAT's website. If you haven't hit the photo booth yet, take opportunity, get some memories made at the photo booth. They're really fun. But anyway, I appreciate it so much. Thank you all again for coming out tonight. Your efforts helped make our community a better place and inspire all of us to get involved. Thank you.